as we now turn over to Fair. Fair.
Who's Fair?
Theodora.
Who?
Theodora.
Thank you.
Let's stop trying to do too many things at once. We pan over to Theodora. Did you want to go straight to sleep, or did you want to... Does Theodora try to attune?
I can't, like, so you tell me
Sure.
how you feel about this, but I kind of imagine it would be like maybe one and the same.
Okay. So she's
Kind of
gonna
like
sleep in her armor then?
Oh, fuck, I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. For some reason, I was just like, oh, what if I'm going to sleep snuggled up with the armor?
Yeah, sure. That'll be very interesting.
No.
Your armor
Okay, fine.
is your body pillow now.
Yes. It's, yeah. So comfortable. Okay, never fucking mind. Because like you said, really? And I was like, oh yeah, that's not how attunement works. Okay.
I mean, you could certainly try. I just don't think you would probably get the most sleep if you tried that. I'm going to be real.
No,
but...
and Theodora likes her sleep, so.
Oh, I know that. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll wait for Astani to fall asleep and for Rory to go into standby mode. I don't know, sleep mode. And try not to move too, like, try not to vibrate the floor too much so he doesn't come awake like a computer. And yeah, I think I will just maybe, I don't know, meditate.
Yeah, there's space in the room that you could easily do that. You see Rory kind of going off into a corner, almost pacing, and kind of every now and then not saying anything, which again is, I think, very strange for Rory.
I think it would be strange if not for the conversation we'd had before.
Yeah.
I think Theodora will say, we'll look at him and say, I don't know what you're thinking, but I know it's not good to be trapped in your thoughts like that. She will be fine. This was a lot, but she will be okay.
And you see he masked up still. Doesn't look away from you, but in that moment, Corbin pops up onto his shoulder and seems to, like, kind of try to snap him out of whatever thing of, like, whispering something in his ear, and you see blink a couple times before kind of shaking themselves out of it.
You need to have faith in her, just as she has faith in us. And then I will turn and go into, like, meditate.
Sure. What are you focusing on as you are slipping into meditation?
I think my thoughts first start off with, like, the conversation that, I just had with Astani about everything. Kind of like almost like just kind of moving backwards through, like, the events of the day, really. Back to, like, through the conversation with Astani, to the conversation with Rory, back to Clara giving me the necklace, just going back until I'm thinking about all of the memories that I've already seen in the stories I've gathered from the armor.
Sure.
And sort of grabbing onto all the feelings that I felt when I was in that sort of liminal space.
Sure. Takes you a little bit of time as your mind is slowly coming down from the day. But the armor is already much closer to you than it was when you started the day. And almost like falling to sleep, you feel yourself falling into the armor itself, the trials of attunement beginning again as you walk a shadowed and star-laden path before you and the abyss around. But you're not alone.
Sparky I know the former wearers are with me, but is Sparky also with
is
me
with
this
you.
time?
Yeah, and in reality, Sparky is literally head propped up on your lap and is just staring at you in reality. But in this, just giving you adoring eyes as puppies and doggos are known to do. Although his head is quite heavy now since he's much larger.
I got 19 strength, so it's fine. I'm strong.
But you also feel the weight of, if you are still holding Ziamara on your back.
Yes.
You have Ronnie to your side. Elvar, who is still scribbling away notes behind you. And Toa, who's the last of the users that you were able to meet this time around.
Okay.
You can see your feather, along with their feather, the scars are still present all over the armor. Above the knees, above the thighs, the shoulder. But they're largely interwoven now with yours and the previous users. The last one that's the most prevalent is the one that is through the chest. Which, ironically, is in the same place that Astani just gave you the ward, but also how you passed too. Why don't you go ahead and roll a shift weave check for me, please?
Oh boy. My first roll of the session. Okay. Enemy Sparky, give me advantage.
Yep, of course. And I'm going to say you can add a +2 because of the ward that is up from Astani.
Okay. Okay, +2. So that's going to be 23.
23. The smell of wheat and sunrise immediately hits your senses, along with a name which you can see was faintly carved into the shift weave tree. Zatella. Zatlla. You can see from the marking of the chest, this was a singular, massive blade. Not a long sword, but a great sword that had been shoved through this user's chest from the back forwards. And you get this
stabbed in the back. Okay.
And you get the sense as you feel a slight twinge of pain, not from Ziamara, who's again kind of just on your back, kind of watching what you're doing. This feels like when you stretched it too much. Zatella was suspended aloft after this blade cut through her. The emotions that hit you as you're going through these feelings and starting to get attuned to that wearer. You see a woman with long black ringlets of hair, with clasps of gold and silver that interwove through it, braided in parts, bright, piercing silver eyes with, it seems like some kind of marking, which you recognize as part of the shift weaving tribe, down the left side of their face. It looks like a combination of feathers kind of moving in the wind, and you can actually see as she is in this moment gasping, you can see that the feathers almost seem attuned to her heartbeat as they are whirling around in the wind. Eyes are wide. She looks like she's mid-30s. Complexion looks like almost like obsidian. Very reminiscent of Volania. She is wearing this armor in this moment as this great blade has been just shoved through her chest and is now holding her suspended. It seems like this figure is massive, large, appearing in the armor to be about maybe 12 or so feet in height. Hulking figure. And the figure doesn't say anything. You can't see the expression of the person who has claimed this life. Except a sense of almost roboticness to it. Of going through the motions.
If they're like being... Does it seem like it's almost, you said robotic going through motions, like they're being controlled?
Or just going through the motions, almost like on an autopilot of sorts.
Okay.
But I think close to what you're saying as well.
Can I see the blade clearly?
It's an old
What does it
blade.
look like?
The blade looks Felkian. You can see the inscription on the blade itself, as it seems like this user's soul has been imbued into the blade as well. It is
the 12-foot tall user or the
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The person that is killing the previous user. Okay. Yes.
Well, I guess okay. So this blade did belong to Volania? What is it? I'm sorry.
No, you're so good. The wearer. Okay.
No, it's
Zatella.
What is it?
Zatella. Yes.
Okay. Zatella, like Nutella. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
There you go.
Zatella. So just so I'm clear, this sword was Zatella's, and then this creature no,
Zatella is holding her sword. The thing that has pierced her is using its own blade.
Okay, that's what I was trying to clarify.
You're good.
Okay, so you say it has like its energy imbued into it, or this person's energy imbued into it.
Very much like your Felkian armor that you had, which you were able to imbue and kind of charge it up.
Or even my sword, which I can do with. And you said it looks Felkian?
Yes. You can pick up that make from a mile away. Looks very similar to the same swordsmith. You would know as a warrior, as a fighter, each swordsmith has their own unique signature with how they handle the blades. And this has his signature all over it. It's an old sword. Maybe 1,000 years ago. 900 years ago. Long time. And it's still in pristine condition.
This was Zatella was the most recent wearer of the armor, correct?
No,
second to what? I'm sorry.
You're so good.
Remember, like, I know I started with the furthest away. I went to the first person, and I think I did also the closest one.
Correct.
So this is
with the markings. They jump around. This one seems to have been the third user in this chronological. You know there are a ton of other users, but they're just not included in this mix. But this one,
I'm talking about just the list that I have.
Yeah, this one seems to be the third one, so it would have been
second most recent. Okay, just one. And how long ago was that?
This was happening about 100 years ago, I would say.
Okay.
About 100. Just looking at my timeline over here. About 100.
Okay.
And you get the sense that it's happening not in Jorix, not in Vibran, not in Felk, not quite in the north. This seems like it's happening within the Shiftweave.
Oh.
In that dimension. Because all around you, as again the scene is kind of slowly unfurling itself, you can see that there is, as this one, shadow. You see the grains of wheat slowly moving in the wind, but instead of a starry sky above you and the tree, it's almost like everything is in a shadow storm in itself. Dust is being kicked up. It's hard to see in front of you. Lightning of purple energy seems to crackle every now and then. And this Shiftweave, similar to what you experienced the day before, is choking. For it is not the innate nature that is the Shiftweave, but it's this person's Shiftweave. As it has also been imbued, not only within the blade, but within the armor they are wearing, and is casting a cloak almost of shadow around them in a torrent of energy that manifests too within the sword, because the sword, not only did it pierce, you can see as the blood is running down the blade, solid little edges, almost like teeth. This Shiftweave bites. And you can feel in your chest a heaviness as this thing has almost essentially pinned itself well within. It's going to take a great deal of force to get out or off. As again,
And
you're
truly, if we
slowly...
remove it, she's dead anyway.
Yeah.
Strange. Well, not strange.
Sure.
Am I in this meditative state? Am I in this in being in this like liminal space that I'm in right now? Am I safe? I'm asking for a specific reason.
Yeah.
Like, am I like incorporeal, like can't really be harmed here?
Well, I mean, corporeal as experiencing Zatella's memories in this instance, but like you can't
like me, Diodora.
Correct. You can't be further damaged within these memories. Correct.
Okay. Because I guess, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but from my perspective, how I'm seeing it in my head is that Diodora's sort of like on the outside watching this happen like a movie.
Yeah.
And experiencing it like still from a third party view. I would like, if possible, I want to sort of, even though it might be a little painful, but it'll just be like a phantom pain maybe, I want to like step into Zatella's like body, I guess.
Yeah.
Basically, I want to try to see like where I am. I can't really see this person's face.
Correct.
And I want to try to see their face from Zatella's point of view.
Okay. Yeah. And you feel that pain. That pain goes coursing through your body. I think for a moment you feel that tension that's holding you within this attunement and within this memory kind of flicker because the pain is so jarring. It's literally like someone has carved your heart out.
I mean, it's not any pain that I haven't felt before.
True. Okay, so swords going through. Does Zatella look to the left or does Zatella look to the right?
Where is this person?
They are behind and just holding you aloft.
Oh, right. I forgot they stabbed from behind. They're behind. I feel like their presence is favoring one side over the other?
Yeah. They're definitely, they appear to be right-handed, so you'll probably have a better view if you look left.
Okay, then I will look left.
Okay. And Zatella's face slowly turns in that direction, blood coming down the sides of their mouth. And you look and see what appears to be a darkened night in shift weavian armor, Felk armor, not the same armor as what she is wearing. This seems like it's almost been fused to him. All you can see is just eyes, which are darkness and red, that show no emotion whatsoever.
Does the way that we can just see the eyes,
Yeah.
that's fine. But is it reminiscent of those like sentinels in the Unitel?
Very similar, except you can tell that even by the eyes, not rotted. The others were rotted, and you can kind of see in that kind of zombie-like stare that they were doing.
Mhm.
This one seems not quite alive, but not quite dead. Caught in between. Perhaps a...
So undead?
Yeah, kind of. Kind
of. Are these the same eyes that I saw in the previous visions?
No. Different.
No?
The other ones that you had seen were a mixture of curiosity and hatred, jealousy, femme in presentation.
Okay.
These are masculine in presentation.
Okay. All right.
From what
So
you can
there's
tell.
people who seem to be attacking with either just on autopilot or with reluctance. I think Theodore's slightly more confused now, but it's fine. Okay.
The armor...
Do I get like...
The armor itself that they're wearing, similar to the sword, very long time ago. It's very... Like, to compare it to today, it's almost like looking at ancient Greek, ancient Egyptian kind of armor. It is very dated.
Yeah.
As well. You don't get the scent of sulfur like you did in the previous vision either.
That was going to be my question.
Yeah, you do not get the sense of sulfur at all. You get the scent of snow.
Okay.
But no sulfur.
Okay.
If you would like, you can roll a shift weave check to see if maybe the shift weave will be able to tell you a little bit more about this individual.
All right, Sparky's gonna help.
Yep.
Sparky just watching me be fucking tortured.
And you do probably hear some whining as Sparky is seeing, even though you were okay, you being completely pierced through the chest right now, you do hear whining.
I got a 21.
21. What does it look like as your shift weave is trying to piece together who this might be?
I think it's almost like at first still, like how like a candle flame can go still for a second. You can still see it moving, but it's very much like it's not really moving. And then I think as it starts trying to piece things together, it's like a draft has swept in and it's like starts to like shake all over the place. It's like when the candle flame goes all wild and you look at it and you're like, are you about to burn my fucking house down? It's like that.
Sure. Okay. You feel that flicker happen. And I think at the same time you feel in that moment Zatella's flicker happen as well, as there is a familiarity, at least with Zatella, with this person. Not personally. You don't get, like, they knew each other in passing.
More like she, like, knows of him or, like, is aware of, like, their presence and maybe that they were after her, something like that.
The presence, but shock. Almost like you're still around.
Okay.
Carrying through. An image comes to mind as your shift weave connects with theirs. Of tall trees slowly moving in the wind. Of paperwork, a lot of paperwork. A sense of having a great deal of command. The scent of the Genora wetlands. And from this shift weave, you see several points of connection. You see what appears to be some kind of partner or spouse connection. And then tapering off several family connections. Smaller, maybe children. And an essence of water. There is a faint similarity to it. Can't quite place it, but they seem similar to somebody you know or have met.
Okay.
But twisted. Whether that's through time or from whatever else, as you do see interwoven into the armor too is that presence of teal. Sickly. Specifically going almost exactly to where Zatella and you have been pierced before. Coming through on the chest. I'm gonna let you roll a history check.
Okay. Let me ask you a question real quick. Because, I mean, we all know I remember some things, but not everything.
That's why
you said teal in the chest. If I recall correctly, in the Unitel, there were teal gems that were used to control those zombie things, but also just like people in general. Is that what is there? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. You still want that history check?
Yeah.
Okay.
The reason I'm having you do the history check is specifically because it's been a while. And this is dating back to a previous season.
Okay. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. You remember during your time at Felk, in meetings with Javian in the Library of the Forest, as you were experiencing those memories of what befell Felk in its fall. Carmen and Rory's story was also playing out at the same time.
Yes.
And Carmen being forced to take over after her parents had gone missing. You realize that this figure's essence is very similar to Carmen. A sense of duty, of responsibility, that stone can't wear away, but it can shift its attention elsewhere. Which also extends to Rory.
The figure from before. The one that was more feminine, the more feminine eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And looking back or thinking back to them, do I get the same? No.
You get shift weave, but not. This is
Okay.
someone who is not. This is someone who believes they've mastered it when they haven't.
Okay.
Whereas the one that has pierced through Zatella
This is
doesn't
somebody
give that
who's-
air of confidence and cockiness.
It's just they're doing what they need to do,
They're doing their
And-
duty.
allowing, and also partially being controlled, but
Yeah.
doing what they need to do. Is this their dad?
The figure that you saw in a previous vision?
No, the figure now. This figure right now.
Yes. I'm asking if you're asking if that person from previous is this person's dad. Or that relationship.
No. I'm asking if this is Carmen and Rory's dad.
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I know Rory. I don't really know Carmen that well, except that Blackstone is fond of her and went to go find her or find out what happened to her. Because she was also, her consciousness was also inside of him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I kind of look at this guy a bit dispassionately, you know?
Yeah.
Just like not, this is a stranger and yes, he's related to my friend, but really this isn't actually their dad anyway, when you think about it.
Yeah.
This is a corruption of who he once was.
A walking corpse.
Yeah. And I think there's also like a voice in the back of Theodore's head that's like, well, how am I going to tell him this? Tell Rory.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's tomorrow's problem, perhaps. Last thing I want to do.
Sure.
Now that I know who this person is, I want to look at Zatella's sword.
Which she is holding off to the side, so.
Yes. I just kind of want to look at it because we didn't find the sword in the mountains, so I don't know what it looks like. I'm making an assumption here because I believe we were told that the armor and the sword go together.
Correct. They've always been bound.
So Theodora wants to look at this sword and take in every detail to remember it because she assumes this is the sword that was stolen.
This sword, similar to the armor, has shifted as well from wearer to wearer, but holds a foundational thread that combines it all together too. In Zatella's hands, for instance, it's curved almost like a moon blade, long. In fact, even while she's being held aloft, it's trailing the ground. Great for getting into combat and cutting down a lot of unfortunate enemies that have moved too close. Essences of blue and silver interwoven into the blade itself. And the entire blade isn't a smooth silver. No, it is etched in black and smoke that seems to drip off of it. In Ronnie's hands, it was a shorter blade. Longsword. But that presence of the black markings with blue and the presence of orange, as Ronnie's presence was also now added to the blade. In Elvar's, it wasn't a longsword at all, but a giant glaive. And you can see the blue, the orange, and then the purple that's been added from her tying up the glaive's handle.
Mm-hmm.
To Toa, who barely got to use it, you see like almost like where it had begun to be interwoven, like a mint seafoam kind of green, right at the very base of the handle of what you realize are two a sword that can pull into 2 dual blades.
Oh hell yeah, that's fucking sick. Oh damn, that sucks. They never got to use that.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick, bro. God damn, that's some anime shit.
Yeah, it's bound to 1, but it looks like a quick click. It'll into 2 blades that they can then duel.
Holy shit, that's fucking sick. That's dope. That's sick. Aspirational.
You get the sense that the blade not only then takes on the threads of its user, but whatever their soul and shiftweave manifestation would be. So something maybe to ponder for if and when Theodora gets this blade is what that representation will be.
I mean, it's still gonna be a big fuck you greatsword. What do you mean? I built this bitch to be a two-handed weapon. I built this bitch to have a two-handed weapon. Okay, I'm talking above table now. Like, there's no way we're changing. Okay. Anyway,
along with this, as you've gained this information, Zatella's life does flash for your eyes, and almost like the blades of the sword that have dug into her chest, the fear, which you have now felt several times, both as your own, but also from the previous users as well. The fear of, one, surprise. Zatella was walking through the shiftweave, was getting ready to have some kind of conversation with the shiftweave itself. And very much like you've done before now several times of walking through your own version of the shiftweave, was doing the same when someone else crossed her path and caught her off guard completely in an area that is essentially a safe haven.
Yeah. If somebody can basically get into your panic room, basically.
Yeah.
Where can you actually be safe?
And while she mentally was here, she was meditating much like you were. On the rocks beyond a hillside with the mountains expanding around. She, from what you can tell, grew up part of the Shiftweave tribe. The northern one. So not the one that you and Indigo grew up in.
Yeah.
This one nomadic, but not quite as much in terms of moving around. A lot more isolated. Believing in a lot of the older traditions. They chose to try on the armor and connected with it, knowing the cost.
Was the armor always with the northern tribes, or did it kind of just go wherever
it moved?
I know the Shiftweavens picked it up or whatever, but I was just wondering. Okay, it wasn't. Did it originate? I guess it was made before the tribes were split.
Yeah, it was made from when the tribe was united, and then because of things that were happening, they had to split into the two and go into nomadic hiding. Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. She's from the north.
She's from the north.
They'd have to move around a lot because who the fuck's going all the way up there?
Yeah, honestly, the image comes to mind of and I think you've seen this before too, the passage of the stars, which happens every few years, which is where a archipelago of ice is created from a portion of the north lower to an area known as Lornan, which I think Oria actually mentioned because Oria was from Lornan at some point. And so the pathway of the stars is they would do this kind of race to see who could get across the archipelago in 7 days before it melted. and the archipelago would take on the look of the stars above because the ice was so pristine. So they called it the passageway of the stars. So you get that look. Zatella is one who has done it many times. And Juan, usually come in first place for her efforts, is very competitive. But very peaceful. She seemed to only fight when necessary. Very passive otherwise. Always tried to seek the route of conversation first before going into a blade. Doesn't know her family. Knows that her parents were killed in some kind of raid, whether that be from an enemy tribe or who knows. But grew up still being cared for by the tribe itself, but not having that kind of home to go to. But she was never lonely.
You never are with the tribes.
Yeah. Tribe is always there.
You're always taken care of.
Mm-hmm. But not only that, she made herself at home within the woods. You can tell she was actually a ranger of some sort. Because pressing to is this necklace which looks and feels like it's a bow and arrow that have been knocked. And something about a promise enters your mind from Zatella's perspective. What that promise is, it's difficult to say. Just that, oh. Fair, are you there? Sorry, you froze, and I was like, did I lose you?
I wasn't I was just still.
You were so still, I panicked. I was like, oh no.
I was just listening to the story you're telling.
You went so, I was like, oh no. So I was you get the sense, I mentioned she's a ranger. I mentioned the promise as well. The idea that she's not going to be keeping a promise that she made, not to a person. Seems like some kind of animal of some kind.
Okay. Like her animal companion. I said Hannibal. God damn it. Her animal companion.
Animal companion, yep. Which you can feel that proximity, I would say, to very similar to how you and Sparky are. For sure. After a moment, the figure wrenches the blade, and Zatella kind of almost hangs suspended in the air before collapsing in the shift weave. And the shift weave, at least this version, hungers. And you see her soul and the sliver of it being claimed by this shift weave. Almost like quicksand, until there's nothing left of her.
I guess. I think Theodora does feel a bit of like fear at seeing that happen, because that's not something that she's seen happen before with the shift weave. But also it's like fear, but also mixed in with like a little bit of relief, because like knowing that it could be so much worse where her soul is going. Because she could be going to nothing. She could be erased, like fully erased.
Yeah.
At least here as it is now, knowing that the shift weave has erased people's names from the tapestry of history. At least her story here is still preserved. It can still be told. And her actions, whatever they were, and her death, none of it will be in vain, because it'll be useful.
And those thoughts enter your mind as kind of Zatella's emotions are hitting, I think, at this point, of what she is carrying along with this armor. The fear that she will be forgotten or has been forgotten. The curiosity of what happened. Because to her knowledge, at least in the teachings of the tribe, when this person was more aware, they were a friend to the Shiftweave tribe. And how did they get here?
That's the question.
Yeah.
How did you cross into someone else's Shiftweave? But I guess I think it's one of those things where it's just like, okay, I know that the tribes are knowledgeable about the Shiftweave, but we can only speak about it through the experiences that we've had with it, which is usually, for the most part, good. And maybe because of that, there's an assumption that you can't cross over into somebody else's space, because we as a people wouldn't do that.
Correct.
But just because we wouldn't do that doesn't mean other people can't do that and wouldn't not do that.
Yeah.
So, and also she was from the north.
Correct.
I don't necessarily know, because you said they're a little bit more traditional. I don't necessarily know what their culture is like.
Correct. And you wouldn't have any recollection of that.
Yeah. So I think it's like multiple things, but yes, kind of earmarking these questions for like when she can meet up with Indigo or like any of the tribe elders. Like, is this a possibility? How does one do this? Like,
yeah,
teach me, please. But she's not going to sit here and doubt that, like, because she literally just saw it in this vision. It's clearly possible. And she's also been like assaulted by somebody else's Shiftweave.
Yeah. Trying
to get at her own Shiftweave. So like, it can be used nefariously.
Yeah.
I think as Zatella is passing and in viewing all of these like thoughts and feelings to me, I will carefully step out of her body, not leaving her necessarily. Like, I'm gonna stay with her, even though this is just a memory, but still, and I'll just stay with her. So at least here in this moment, even though this is just an echo, she's not alone.
And I think that feeling is the main one. Each of the other wearers that you've come across have had an overarching emotion that they struggled with. And with hers, it's the feeling of being alone. Of what this armor and her decisions up to this point have led her to do. Her sense of duty. And I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, that may resonate too with how Deodora has recently been feeling.
Yeah. Just needing, and I don't think she necessarily regrets it, but like, I think it's different for her because even though she has been feeling certain types of ways, she's never truly been alone.
Yeah.
Whereas here in this moment with Zatella, like, she, besides like this person who just killed her, she isn't surrounded by anything but the shadows, and these shadows aren't particularly comforting.
No, not at all.
So yeah, I think Deodora will just maybe like, and like, I know like there's the other wearers too, but like kind of like set Oziamara down, set Ronnie down, and sort of just like sit on the floor with Zatella and hold her hand.
And you can see she's been watching you kind of here as you're experiencing all of it. Unlike the others who seemed whole, even in their outside of the memory that you just saw, you can see that this is not something that she is healed from. This has been something that she's carried with her, as there is a cutout perfectly of where the sword was. And you can see how massive it is.
Yeah.
It's just looking through her. You can see the abyss of the stars of the shift weave around.
I mean, obviously I see it. I think I look at it just briefly enough to see like the damage, but then I just want to keep my eyes like on her face. Like I want her to know that I see her and not like this wound that's been born into her.
And she is crying. There are tears that are streaming down her face, like shooting constellations of stars almost across the obsidian. And you can see like she's forming words with her mouth, but just doesn't have the energy to say anything. Like her voice has been lost in the process too. After a moment, you hear her voice in your head. A knocking first, which after a moment you realize it's her kind of using similar methods to what Rory and Blackstone have done before.
No, Rory, they don't fucking knock. I think Theodora's surprised by that. I was like, wow, I need to teach Blackstone and Rory about this. Oh wow, manners? What the fuck is that?
Consent? Before just shoving me into a waiting room? Wow.
Yeah.
You feel that knock.
Yeah, I let her in. I open up to her.
Her voice is very soft. Softer than I think you might think just looking at her before. Her eyes never leaving yours, almost boring into you. What will you do when you find yourself alone?
I think when I find myself alone, because I think it's a strong possibility that that will happen someday, I will remember that I'm not actually alone. I have all of you.
Eyes still staring. But what if you don't remember us? If you don't remember who you are?
Even if my memory doesn't, even if my memory can't conjure you, I think my spirit and my heart will still remember you.
She kind of approaches, looking at you like head downwards, but kind of just scrutinize, watching you.
The shadows keep everything.
How do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered as someone who did what she could to make the world a better place. Nothing more, nothing less.
Eyes still
I
staring.
don't need grandeur. I don't need grandeur. I don't need all that. I just want to know that I helped make a difference. That's all I ever want to do.
She passes through you. And after a moment, you can feel as her name is rewritten upon the Shiftweavian tree. As the spirits of Ziamara, Rani, Alvar, Toa, and Zatella stare at you with a smile as the trial of attunement has concluded. And you have successfully attuned to this armor, the Shiftweave Gloom.
Yep, bitch.
And we will say with that we will call it for today's episode. Incredible job, everybody. Thank you so much. I know we went long, but there was a lot to cover. Yeah, we're very, very excited, y'all. Things are picking up. We will be back here with our wonderful Sin, aka Rory, aka Blackstone, next week. And we'll be getting into it. But before we sign off for tonight, why don't we do a quick go around of who you are, where we can find and support all the wonderful things that you do. And yeah, I'm going to jump over to Mott's before your camera gives up again.
I'm scared to talk because it was on the entire time I was off screen.
It's so mean.
Hello, y'all. I'm Mots. I am a voice actor. I run games and produce and also run the channel over at Starcrawl. And I'm a variety streamer. And I had the incredible joy of being Ostani of the Vale today. You can find me on Forgotten Adventures tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Oh, wait, 11 a.m. There we go. I'll be up at 10 a.m. We'll be live at 11.
Wonderful.
What time zone?
Eastern Standard Time.
Sweet. Wonderful. And we'll jump over to Fair, the wonderful Deodora.
Hi, I'm Fair. I've been the wonderful Deodora. You can follow me on socials at Fairbear, Twitch, Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok. I should be streaming tonight, so come hang out with me. I'm doing some more Expedition 33. They dropped a DLC bomb when I wasn't expecting it, and so now I have to keep playing this game forever, I guess. That's not a complaint. It's not really a complaint. I was planning on like wrapping it up, but then they decided to drop more content. So
That's true.
We're here. And yeah, you can also find me over on The Monster Within, a Vampire the Masquerade campaign that's run by storyteller Dimples and Dice, twitch.tv/Dimples and Dice. We are off for our season, but we will be back in the new year. But you can find VODs over on his YouTube, which is just Dimples and Dice. So come check that out. It's another one of my favorite things that I do on here. So
love it.
Yeah. And Monday, you can find me over on Just the Humans channel at 5 p.m. Pacific time, where I'm going to be doing a one-shot. I'm going to be in a one-shot for Project Hope.
Ooh.
We're playing the House Spouses of Baldur's Gate.
I love this.
So yeah, it's like the Real Housewives, the Real House Spouses of Baldur's Gate. So it is going to be very fucking messy. We're going to be raising money for charity, so come hang out with us at 5 p.m. I believe 5 p.m. Pacific time.
I love this so much. Okay. Guess I know what I'm gonna have up on Monday. Incredible. And hi everyone, I've been your storyteller, D&D Lee. This is my channel, and I have the absolute honor of running this game. Thank you all so much. I will be live on Monday with something. I don't know what. I'm going with whatever I feel like. So if you would like to come and hang out with us and check out our YouTube, because we're really close to hitting YouTube partner, which is pretty cool. So go and drop a follow, subscribe on our YouTube, as all of our episodes are broken up there. And yeah, we'll be back with this next week. And I'm super excited. So, thank you all so much. We are going to go ahead and raid, but stay tuned for our lovely little credits, that were done by, both, Pandora, who did all of our designs, and myself. So, yeah, but we're going to get out of here, y'all. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And we will catch you next time from Beyond the Veil. Bye, everybody.